Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Jon Trethewey. He's a boxing promoter, but you all know that now because I've had him on so many times. But glad to get him back on. And he's got a show this weekend at the Peacock Gym. But we'll talk about that in a bit. But first, we had you on before the 22nd of. It was before the 22nd of April show, which the first fight that comes to my head was Marley Mason v Dos Santos. It was Marley's debut, and what a performance as well from Marley.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, to be fair. Dos Santos, I think, had a winning record at the time. Marley Mason, he's an ex-kickboxer. 8-3, yeah. Well done, Sam. You know your stuff. Marley Mason's an ex-kickboxing world champion, so he's in a rush now. He's turned over to boxing. He has tough fights, and he'll fight anyone. And that was a proper toe-to-toe war. If you go back and watch that back, it was just stood in the middle of the ring like you were having a fight in a car park.
Oh, that's what Marley likes, isn't it? Because Marley's been on quite 3 of your shows in a row, I think. Is Marley?
That's it. Marley's 3-0 now. All 3 were on ours, and that one in particular, you're right, was a war. To be fair, the other 2 were a bit as well, but no, a very good fight, and everybody kept talking about that after. A great fight.
And what about Jamie Robinson? You had not the top of the bill you wanted, as you had Jeff O'Fari, who was meant to fight Frank Arnold, but that didn't go through, unfortunately. But you still managed to get Jamie Robinson v Ben Fields, which is a great fight, and not many people. I think Jamie was the first person to stop Ben. So impressive stuff from Jamie.
Yeah, look, it was a dramatic stoppage from Jamie. No one really thought that would happen. Ben Fields is a very good gatekeeper, if that's the right word and polite to say to Ben.
He won an English title eliminated the other week, though.
Yeah, I think he was 10-10 at the time. He's a good fighter, Ben. No one really expected to be like that, but Jamie got him. He caught him with a sweet shot, and that was it. End of story. So Jamie Robinson will be back out on one of our shows very soon.
Oh, will he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear, because he's a good fighter, Jamie. Unfortunately, he came up short in his English title fight, wasn't it?
That's it. Yeah, look, he stepped up. He was on a big show on TV. It was an English title fight. It didn't go for him that night, but Jamie's a class act. You know, he's hard as nails.
He did very well, though.
Yeah, he did do well. He gave a great account of himself. So Jamie will be back. He's going to have another stab at it. You know, his ambition is stronger than most. He wants to be an English champion, if not a British champion, and we'll be there to hopefully support him on his journey.
Because, of course, you also had that night Thomas Carty, who's managed by Dillian White, I do believe, and yes, big name to get on your show. I was impressed that you got him on. So, and he got knockout, didn't he?
Yeah, we were delighted to get him. Dillian White wanted him on, so it's nice for us to get a Dillian White fighter. Obviously, that's a big name in the sport. They were so professional the way they conducted themselves. They came over from Ireland. They brought about 100 fans who just completely sang out the venue with all their Irish flags. They had a few drinks as well and had a good time. And Thomas got a stoppage like he did for his title as well. I think he was out about 2 weeks after for a title.
Oh, we got the title
in Ireland on the Cape. Yeah, on the Katie Taylor undercard. Very impressive, and we wish him well. He'll go on and do a lot of things, and we can then say we were part of his journey as well. So
you had Gabriel Marsh on as well, who fought Jordan Granham. Of course, Jordan, we know Jordan, tough as anything, hard as they come, really. And good. I was impressed with Gabriel because he's improved since the first time I saw him, and he just keeps getting better, in my opinion.
Yeah, we didn't know much about him beforehand, and we didn't know until that night. But another good performance, and it was good to have Gabriel on. Yeah,
because of course, then you had Robert Vincent. Did he fight? He fought Logan Paling, who, as you know, you've had him on 3 times, I think. But you've had him on quite a few times, and Robert was the first person to stop Logan, so I was surprised with that.
You mean Rob Caswell? Caswell stopped Logan.
Oh, Caswell, sorry. Robert Caswell.
No, that's right. Look, Rob Caswell, class act. We've had him on a couple of times. Just goes about his business quietly. Logan Paling, I think he'd had about 7 or 8 fights. He's obviously a good journeyman.
And he comes forward a lot. He loves to tear up Logan.
Yeah, he does love a tear up, and Rob was probably fighting someone at a bigger weight as well. So
Brutal
great body
shot.
shot. Great body shot, if memory serves me right, and he stopped him. I didn't expect that, to be fair, but Robert Caswell, yeah, someone else will try and work with. I think he's out on Elite and show in the next couple of weeks, so we wish him well there, but I'm sure we'll work with him in the future.
Yeah.
Good fighter, good prospect, Rob Caswell.
You had Tommy Murphy, of course, we'll get onto his fight this weekend later, but he fought Casey Bradnam. He did drop Casey Bradnam. Casey said to me he didn't feel like it was a knockdown, but Casey always loves a good fight, and I reckon he'll be one of the best journeymen as well.
Yeah, Casey's a great journeyman. Like Tommy Murphy's our boy. We manage him now. He's 4-0. It was a good performance from Tommy. And you're right, he's out this weekend on a Peacock show. He's fighting Gurgant Singh, who fought last week on our show. I'm trying to think who he was fighting now. I've got so many shows.
Who? Singh?
Yeah,
He
Gurgant.
was fighting Sonny.
Sonny Hardy, correct. So Sonny Hardy is an absolute superb prospect out of the Matchroom gym with Kevin Mitchell. And Sonny convincingly won that, but he put up a good effort. So let's see what Tommy can do on Saturday. They're all benchmarks and yardsticks. Everybody sort of like looks at performance and see how they're doing. But watch this space for Tommy. He's going to be very busy this year, and we expect big things from Tommy next year.
Of course, you had the Peacock show as well, because you've had a few. You had that in May. You had Dee Allen. Dee Allen, of course, she's a big fighter who she should be pushing on for a European sort of level now. I mean, it was good to get her on your show, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've had her on once before, maybe twice. So it was good to have her on a Peacock show as well. They're slightly different shows, as you can see. They're looked after. She's an excellent fighter. I think she has the potential to go on to like world level. Whether she's got the ability to actually win a world title, time will tell.
I reckon she could fight Lauren Price. That'll be a good one.
Be a good fight. Listen, I think that Dee's underrated. You know, I think Dee could really do something, but time will tell. And again, someone that we're happy to be part of the journey. Then we wish Dee well.
What about Paul Muffin?
Yeah, Paul Muffin Top or Paul Gordon. We know him as Muffin Top. A great fighter. He's out of the Peacock gym. Another really good one that we work closely with. So a good performance. Trying to think who he fought at the Peacock. Was it Ramiro Blanco?
I think it was him. I think it was Blanco.
Yeah, it was. It was good. But listen, Blanco's a very, very good journeyman. Come over from Nicaragua. So
he's on the show again this week.
Yeah, we work with their team and their agent well. So he's on the show this weekend.
That's good.
But no, good performance from Paul, and we will be out with Paul very shortly, and we work closely with their team. So watch this space for Paul.
Devon Miller, not much to say about that. Explosive, just put it that way. When he stopped Ethan King in, was it 30 seconds or something?
Yeah, devastating performance from Devon. Devon is going very far. He's managed by Mo, that's our business partner, and we expect him to do big things. He's currently out sparring Usyk as we speak.
Really?
But yeah, he's out there with Usyk wherever they are. I think they're in Poland or somewhere.
I know your team Dubois though.
I am Team Dubois, and I will be going out to that in Krakow. I'm not sure if it's Krakow or Warsaw at the moment, but
Warsaw,
I think. Is it Warsaw? Is it? We're going out at the back end of August. We'll go out there and support Daniel. Daniel's got a big task ahead of him, but you know what? If he's got the heart and the belief, he might do it. He might be. It'll be a hard night work for him, and we wish him well. We'll be screaming ringside for him.
Oh, that's brilliant! I'll see you on the TV then when I'm watching it.
I don't know if I've got to see that good. I'll probably be a few rows back, but yeah, we'll be there.
I'm sure I'll be able to hear you though.
You will be out here, me. That's not hard, mate. You can hear me all the way back here in England from Poland for sure.
Yes, mate. And then you also had Ollie Duffy, Lee Hallett as well. Very tough man. We know Lee, been around the block for quite a while now. Only been stopped 2 times, and very durable journeyman. And again, one of the best around.
Yep. Again, we didn't know much about Ollie before that. Him and his manager, Tony Bill, conducted himself really well. Good performance from Ollie. We'll probably be working with him quite soon, hopefully.
And of course, when in May you had a show, of course, Harry Mullins. He got the job done against Jake Pollard, who, of course, fought on your show just the week gone. but we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, but Harry back on winning ways, and would you say titles pending for Harry Mullins, or?
I think so, yeah. He's going to be out again in September on one of our shows. It won't be for a title fight. I think he needs one more fight there, speaking with his manager last couple of days, Sam Kynock. So we'll get him out, get him what he needs. And then in the title fight, we've got a lot of them small fellas, as I call them, like super flyweights, bantamweights. There's a few of them that we work with or manage that he'll be in some big fights back end of the year, no doubt. And we look forward to seeing him in September on our show.
And then you had Frankie Davey, who stopped Tommy Jacobs.
He definitely didn't stop Tommy Murphy. Tommy's my boy. He did stop Tommy Jacobs, and it was a good performance from Frankie. It was nice to work with him. You know, he's got a good social media following. He was on Love Island, so there was a little bit of noise around him, and he's out of Ben Davison's gym, which is obviously a testament to how good he is. And it was a great performance from him, to be fair.
And Tommy's a good fighter as well.
Of course, yeah. Tommy Jacobs, great fighter. Look, Tommy Jacobs as an amateur, his pedigree was not had the best of results recently, but Tommy's class. So it was a very good performance from Frankie, and I'm sure Frankie will be back out soon.
What about Trevor Palmer? Of course, he got Lester Espino. He's got dynamite in his fist. I mean, he can whack. I mean, fair play for Trevor to step up from, I think that was his third fight, but again, I could see it coming, just the stoppage. But again, Trevor will be back.
He'll definitely be back, and we look forward to him being back. Trevor, I think it is. We had him matched, and then the fight fell through fight week, which was really frustrating. That does happen, Sam, in boxing. Sometimes the things have to deal with fight week, etc. So we found him an opponent 48 hours before. It was Lester Espino. No one really wanted to fight that fella. Trevor and his team were like, "We'll take it." So hats off. They took a tough fight.
Yeah.
And Lester Espino, I think, proved the level he's at. But that don't mean anything bad for Trevor. Trevor will be back, like you said. And sometimes when a fighter gets a loss, they learn more from that than all the other wins they get together. So I'm damn sure Trevor will be back and bounce back from that.
And of course, you had George O'Leary v Navid Iran, who George stopped him, but I do believe they're rematching it in September. So, because it was such a good first fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good fight. Two home fighters, and they went in with each other, which testament to both of them again. George obviously got the stoppage there. I think Navid might have had a bad hand. That's the story I hear. That doesn't mean that George didn't deserve it.
Oh, well, we'll see this rematch, won't we? And I can't wait for the rematch. It'll be a good one.
Yeah, look, Navid was out 2 weeks ago on our Portsmouth show, so he's had a run out now. That was
a good performance to get back on winning ways from him.
Correct. And now they're back in. I think they're going on a top tier show on the 2nd of September, same night of ours. So we wish both fighters well there. So good luck to them both.
That'll be a good fight again as well, that one.
I think so, yeah.
Then you also had John Robertson, who went to 1-0.
Class act, John. Really, really good. You know, trained by Rambo, really good team there. Managed by Kevin Mitchell. Sold a bundle of tickets, but just a class act, the way he deals with everything. Yeah, it was good to have him on the show, and we hopefully will have him back soon.
Joel Bartel v Angelo Antonio again. What a fight! And Angelo, even though he got stopped, but what a fight! He came to Joel. Of course, Joel pretty much sells the entire hall out, doesn't he, Joel? But again, and Joel took that fight. He went 1-0, stopped Paul Cummins. Then he stepped up to a prospect v prospect, and fair play to Antonio as well.
Yeah, fair play at both of them for taking it. Antonio for taking it, as well as Joel, because some fighters early stage in their infancy at pro level wouldn't take a fight like that. Joel does sell well, as you mentioned. He comes out of Mark Tibbs's gym, which tell you itself how class. Mark Tibbs is one of the best gyms in the country, if not the world. So it was great to have that fight on. I think it was possibly the second best fight I've ever had on any of our shows. We've done over 20 odd now. Yeah. It was an absolute war, and Joel got the stoppage late on. But hats off to Antonio. He came out there and just gave it a good scrap. And yeah, it was a really good fight.
The main event Aaron Prosper stopped Tom Ansell in the very first round. I mean, wow.
Wow is the word, mate. You know, Tom Ansell was a class act. His previous fight, he went the distance and knocked down Dennis Dekiev, I think, twice, and
And I
lost a
thought he
points
won that one
decision.
as well.
Well, I was about to say a lot of people say it was a bit dubious. He was a away fighter, but he lost a points decision. But either way, knocked down the champion twice. So to bring him out against Aaron in an eliminator, I think Aaron was probably the slight favourite going into it. Again, am I biased because he's out the Peacock probably. But we know what Aaron's capable of. But even his biggest fans, and I'm one of them, wouldn't have expected him to knock him out the first round. He came out and started quick. He hit him,
Tom just
and he
never
was
recovered
relentless.
really from the knockdown.
He didn't recover, and the rest was the end result. But Tom will be back soon. We know that, and we wish Tom well as well. Tom's a class act, and you know he's shown his level against Dekiev. So, but maybe Aaron is destined for bigger things there.
I just said about Trevor, but that was on the June show, not on that show.
I forget which shows they're all on, Sam. I'll be honest, we're that busy.
I know,
because
you put so many good fights on, mate. It's just amazing. Mate. Of course, Shakib Khan as well fought Blanco. Shock defeat, in my opinion. I mean, a bit harsh taking the point of Shakib, in my opinion, but yeah, I still thought he did enough that night for Shakib. So I still think Shakib will win that rematch if he rematches him. But again, I don't really see a point unless he just wants to overturn that defeat.
Yeah, I felt the same. I think he was unlucky. I had him winning by a point. He did have a point deducted, which is always going to be tough. And when you're in a 6-rounder or 4-rounder and a referee scoring it, if the referee takes a point off you, that means you've had a warning or two. I felt that Shakib, it was the first time we've had him, but I've done a bit of research on him. He didn't jab enough. He didn't move enough. He allowed it to become a bit of a war. And Ramiro, again, one of these, I think he's Nicaraguan, but these South American, Central American fighters, they know how to come and have a brawl. So,
and that Castro as well tried to do that with Ramez.
Yes, Ramez managed to work out a way to negate that. I felt Shakib probably engaged a bit when he didn't need to, but his team, I think it's with Jim McDonnell and Max McCracken, his manager, that they will certainly get back to the drawing board.
Castro kept holding on to Ramez. So Ramez said to me that he found it difficult to get his work off, but I said to him he did very well because that Castro's an awkward fella, isn't he?
Yeah, I agree with that. He is awkward, but Ramez is class. So Ramez found a way, right?
Shakib
will be back soon, and Ramez will be back out soon as well, I'm sure.
On your show, or do you not know yet?
Yeah, we talked to both parties. They might be out on some shows soon, both for them. Certainly Shakib, possibly. Watch this space.
Good stuff, mate. And then Martin Fossil, not Fossil, Fasu, is it?
Sorry. Okay.
Not having the best of pronouncing things today, but it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, good to have him topping the bill against the very tough man in Daryl Sharp, I do believe.
Yeah, class fighter, Martin. Very slick. We knew he was good, but I thought his performance on the night was very, very good. Comes out of a good stable and a good camp again. Sells a good ticket. Very popular guy. I think he's a model as well, so he's very marketable. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be out soon. We do deal with their team, whether it was us or not, I'm not sure, but he'll be out again soon, surely.
Of course, and then you had another Peacock show. This was the fight of the day for me. It was Calvin Crocker v Raymond Bear. What a scrap.
Yeah, Carvel, he came down from Wales and he brought a lot of fans with him. These Welsh lads, we've had a few of them on the Peacock show.
And Ray brought some fans as well.
Yeah, look, Ray's a Londoner and he would bring a few fans, but these Welsh lads were coming from Cardiff for an afternoon show in London. They all come on a coach. They're very rowdy. Carvel was excellent. And again, we deal with his team, so I'm sure we'll have him out soon.
I thought Ray did pretty well as well.
Yeah, Ray's class. Ray's an excellent fighter. He's with Al Wilkie. And it was a great 50-50 fight, that one.
So I was surprised seeing that, and I thought that would have been the top in the bill, but
yeah, there's lots of good fights on there that they all want to top the bill, but it was a great fight.
Oh yeah, but Under Under top the bill against Nathan Lee. I had a feeling Under would stop him, but Nathan Lee held his own in there, taking a big fight on his debut against Under. I mean, fair play to him as well. I mean,
yeah, Onda is what you see. Comes forward, hard as nails, as a brawl. I wouldn't want to get in the ring with him if I was a super middleweight. Watch this space for a big announcement on Onda in the next couple of days.
And of course, then you had the Portsmouth show. You had Katie Smith. She got her debut win.
Yeah, good performance by Katie. Very good, to be fair. We enjoyed working with her and we enjoyed our time down there in Portsmouth. It was a great night. It was very busy. It was rowdy. You could probably tell that from the internet if you weren't there. If you were in the building, you'd know how good it was. And again, watch this space over the next few days for another announcement to be back down there in Portsmouth.
It was good that you I like the fact that you've streamed the show on Grassroots Boxing.
Yeah, your call.
Because I didn't find that out until the day, and I was like, oh yes, I can watch a bit of boxing.
Yeah, exactly. Your call. They charge a lot more money if you stream live. So in terms of profit lines, sometimes it's hard to do that if you haven't got the backing. You didn't have to do that in Portsmouth, so we did decide on the day to stream it live. There were a few audio problems on the day, which was frustrating. However, it allowed people to still watch it live. The actual stream itself, watching it was good. Just didn't have the commentators, and we had good commentators there with us on the day. But I believe the fights that were played back on YouTube the next day on Grassroots, we had the commentary on. So no, good show.
There was bits of commentary here and then they kept going. It was the first time Grassroots had streamed. So I mean, at least the proper, at least we saw the boxing, which is the main thing.
Yeah, I agree. There were just a few teething problems, but yeah, it was a good show.
And then you had Robert Lloyd Taylor against Steph Vincent. Steph Vincent took it on a day's notice, I do believe he was telling me. I know Steph I think he's going in the away corner now because he wants to just keep fighting. And good test for Robert as well. Robert did not need to take that on his debut.
No, he didn't. And it was a great performance from him. His dad is a decorated fighter. He won the prize fighter before on Sky Sports. So that tells you it's in the blood. Rob was the coolest man in the building that night. He was just chilling out like before the fight. I was like, why are you so chilled? But that's the way he is. Great performance. And he's back out on September the 2nd at York Hall in London, in his hometown. And hopefully he'll get a few of his close family and friends out there to support him.
Good stuff.
Been part of the journey.
Of course, you had Jordan DeJean, who beat Berman Sanchez 60-54. Good performance from Jordan, and of course I do believe he said to me he wants to get back in that title picture now, which he should be.
Yeah, we've nearly had Jordan on shows many a time and it hasn't come off, but he fought on the show. He's just come off the back of a big title fight against Harry Scarf. There's no shame in losing that. That was a big, I think it was a TV fight that as well. So it was great to have.
It was on Wasm, on Channel 5.
Channel 5, that's right, yeah. So it was good to have Jordan on the show. We know his team well, Rod Julian and Ross Pearce. So we work well with them and we wish Jordan well. And if he's not on ours, he'll be on a big show, hopefully in title soon.
You had Bobby Pryor on as well.
Yeah, debutant for Bobby, sold some good tickets, very stylish. I think he fought Fonz Alexander. I think he's knocked him down in one of the rounds. So, yeah, it was good. And we look forward to working with him again soon.
And he brought the crowd with him as well, Bobby. He looked like he sold quite a few tickets.
He definitely did, yes, indeed, yeah.
I would imagine, would he try and get on that Portsmouth show if you're doing another one up there?
He will be indeed, yeah.
And then you also have Matt King v Ben Vargan, 50-50. Didn't go Matt's way on the night. It went to Ben. But fair play to both fighters. Again, they don't need to take that early. But I mean, especially for Matt coming off the back of a knockout, not a knockout defeat, like a stoppage loss. And he just jumped straight back in there. And that's what you promoters want. And that's what, because I'm sure you'll try and get him back on because like he's putting his, I don't know what to say really, but he's putting on good fights and he always wants to fight the best. And that's what you promoters want to keep working with him because he keeps, he'll take these fights.
Correct. Firstly, hats off to Matt King fighting a 50-50 fight when he's in his hometown. Ben Vaughan was always going to be a challenge for him. Matt is a class act. Came up short against Konstantin Ersu for the Southern area. welterweight title. But there's no shame in that because that fella will go on to bigger honours. So he's a class. I've never watched him, but the noise I hear about him is class. So Matt got no shame in that, and then he went straight in. Now on the night, Ben Vaughan was just on point. He was class.
Matt will be back.
Matt will definitely be back, and Matt will go again. As I said before, sometimes a loss is the best thing for you because you learn from it. You might not think it is, but you learn. As for Ben, big things for Ben will come because he is a class act.
Yes. You also had Ebony Jones on. She got a good win against Welly Cruz, I think her name was. Nicaraguan. And what a performance in my opinion from Ebony. Good performance from her.
Yeah, Wendellin's a very good fighter from Nicaragua. You're right, and Ebony Jones is a class act. You know, a TV fighter. She's one of Lee's fighters. We were lucky to get her on. She lives in Portsmouth, so there's a show down in Portsmouth,
and it was local to her, so it was good that she opted onto your show, which is good.
Correct. It's important if they can get on local shows. If they're from Portsmouth down on the south coast there, it might not be a Sky Sports show or a BT show, but she wants to get her fans and friends and family out. So we were honoured to have her, and she was class. I think she lost one or two of the rounds. It was a bit closer on the scorecards that people had, but again, a good lesson for a good learning, and hopefully we'll work with Ebony and Lee again soon.
And then you had Lucas Ballingall v Billy Pickles, English title fight, topping the bill. Everyone likes an English title fight against a very tough man in Billy Pickles, but Lucas Ballingall won by stoppage and still the English champion, which I do now believe he has vacated that title.
Yep, all your points are bang on, Sam. You do your homework, you know your stuff. I'm always impressed with you. Class performance by Lucas. First round or two, maybe fighting off the back foot like Lucas does. Very stylistic, very clever, very good boxer. Billy was happy to come forward there, but when he had to mix it up, I think his dad and his trainer, Michael Balliner, was in the corner, and he was like, let's go and put it on him. And Lucas showed another side to his game there. I'll tell you what, and after that, super lightweight, I wouldn't want to be fighting Lucas. We know that Lucas will go on to big things now, just like his brother, and he deserves that. He's earned his stripes, and we wish Lucas well, and we'll be there with him. Because,
of course, then you had another show just weekend gone, I think. Yeah, you had Marley on, which we spoke about earlier. He's class, Marley, and do believe, he's got a fight that I've just seen, but he's one of your regulars, isn't he?
Who, Marley? Yeah, look, third fight. He's going on the top tier show in Brentwood on the 2nd of September. And the night we got one because he lives near there, so he should hopefully do more tickets for him.
Yeah.
Class act, as I said, he's a great crowd pleaser because he's an old school throwback. Let's just stand and have a trade and a row. Whoever hits each other hardest or gets a knockout first will win. So he's definitely great to watch, and we look forward to seeing his next performance.
What about Jake Pollard? Because bit of an upset in the first fight with Jake Pollard beating Louis Smithson.
Yeah, we didn't expect that, and obviously we didn't want that to happen. Louis is the home fighter, and we wanted Louis to win.
I was gutted for him because the amount of fights that's got cancelled for him is just.
Yeah, he's been unlucky.
But he was a winner for even stepping in that night because he stuck through the amount of fights that got cancelled for him, but he still stuck with it.
Exactly, he stayed with it. He had a good fight, and it went his night. But I've spoke to his manager today. He will be back, and we'll probably work with them again soon as well.
Yeah, of course. James Hennigan got a good win against Harry Matthews.
Yeah, class performer. You know, he's a Queensbury fighter. He's with the Warrens. I think that's him up to 9-0 now. Did he win 60-54? I was busy on the night, so I was watching some of it, running around, being busy like I usually am in the show. But very, very class act.
Of course, Sonny Hardy got a good win as well.
Superb win. Debutant. Not many people get to chief support a York Hall show on a big show like that. But the reason he did is he sold loads of tickets. He's a class fighter. He's trained by Kev. Kev's close with us. He's sparring in the match room. You can't get better than that. And we expect Sonny to go a long, long way. And
Inder Bassi v Alfie winner. And no one expected that in good fashion as well. So fair play to Alfie and Inder. Inder, would you say he's proved that he's levels above Alfie or above the area level?
Yeah, possibly, Sam. I'm not sure he levels above Alfie. you know, there appears that there might have been a nick on the eye, that the clash of
And
heads.
yeah,
I certainly don't think the clash of heads was deliberate. If there was one, it looked like there was something. I
yeah,
do think that Inda managed to put him away. Whether the eye was the reason why, I'm not sure. Alfie certainly says that.
he'll
We'd
be
love to
back
play
though.
that back. Second,
Alfie will be back.
Alfie will definitely be back. Alfie's our boy, just like Inda's our boy. So it was like I said it on an interview with someone else. It was like watching my two sons have a fight. Both of them are our
Oh yeah,
guys.
I
We
saw
work
that.
with
Yeah,
both.
you said that. Yeah,
Yeah, we work with both teams really well. So I didn't really want to watch it, but I did want to watch it. No
yeah.
one expected it in that fashion. Look, Alfie is
I expect.
adamant.
I mean, I thought Alfie was going to win on points. I mean, it was a bit one of those toss of the coin.
Toss of the coin is exactly how I saw it. No one expected Inda to come out and blow him away in the first round. Like no one expected Alfie to blow Inda around in the first round.
Yeah.
The result is what it was. Alfie will heal and Alfie will be back. Whether that's against Inda next or not, I think that's what they want. He's calling it out, so we'll see what we can do there. But we wish both fighters well. We wish Alfie best in his recovery, and Alfie will go on to big things, as will Inda, clearly.
Yes. Of course, this weekend, good show. Is it 5 fights, isn't it?
Yeah, Peacock, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Aaron Prosper v Lee Hallett.
Yeah, he's fought Lee before. Aaron needs to be out. We've had a problem matching him. We had a really good fight for him booked in this week, and that's fallen through.
Against
So now
Berman.
Berman's injured. That was a good fight for him. He needs some rounds. You know, what you got to remember is whilst he blew Tom Ansell away, which shows a level that potentially Aaron's at, he didn't really get a test and he didn't get really any rounds under his belt. So he'll be out this weekend. Hopefully have a good win there again. And then watch his space for a big announcement for Aaron very shortly.
Of course, Hadji, he's fighting Ramiro Blanco. Ramiro, as we spoke about Blanco earlier, always tough man. And Hadji, he's been quite on a few of these Peacock shows.
Yeah, Hadji, the reason he's been on a few of the Peacock shows, he's a Peacock fighter, right? He's originally from Finland. If you go and do your background checks on this fellow as an amateur, he's one of the best amateurs you'll come across. I want to say he fought like 100+ times. He's only lost like 2 fights. Some of the people he's been in with, Cyrus Pattinson, Echo Esserman, he beat in the amateurs. Very, very good fighter, Muji. He's part of our team. We love him. And watch this space. That'd be a great fight because Ramiro, as we said, is a very good fighter.
Of course, Tommy v Singh. We spoke about Tommy earlier and that fight a bit earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, Tommy will come out there. We need Tommy out. He ain't been out for a couple of months. He's with a new trainer now and he's with a new team. So let's see what Tommy and Billy Rumble can do there. But obviously he's our guy. So we expect Tommy to come out and put a good performance, just a 4-rounder, get the cobwebs off and hopefully have a really strong performance from Tommy, as I'm sure he will.
Sammy McKay as well against Gwevin Mendoza. Of course, Mendoza, we saw him against Boy Jones on one of your shows. Always comes for a good fight, him.
It's a great fight, that. Sammy, fair play for taking it.
Is that top in the bill, that one?
The running order's not done yet, so I'm not sure, but it's a good fight. They're all good fights on this one, Sam, so it don't really matter what top bill, but...
And Ariel Ungnat v Dale Kalima, who is a debutant, and we don't know what we're going to get with a debutant, so it's always exciting when we've got a debutant as well.
Exactly. Oral is 4-0, big cruiserweight, 4 wins out of 4, all 4 knockouts. Again, another Peacock boy, which we expect big things from Oral. So let's see what we get on the night there. But you're right, a debutant, you never know what to expect. It might be a real big challenge there and a good fight.
So, yeah, that's about it. But thank you for your time, John, and I'll see you Saturday.
Look forward to it, Sam, mate. Catch you Saturday. All the best, mate.
Okay, thank you, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye.